Anthony Griff with SPCTV. I've got two members of Lacuna Coil with me today. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Christina.
I'm Andrea.
So, guys, you're in Chicago tonight.
Yeah.
When's the last time you guys played this venue? Or this area, rather?
This venue, I think, was with Anthrax.
I believe with Anthrax,
but
we've been here with Typo as well.
Yeah, I've noticed. Actually, the first time I got a chance to see you guys was Ozfest this year.
Mm-hmm.
When Clear Channel kicked me out, of course. But yeah, long story on that one. But and that was really my first Lacuna Coil experience. I've heard of you guys, the whole underground thing. My first question is, why do you guys think you've been able to stay on the underground yet mainstream level, kind of in between, where enough people know about the band, but yet you're not over the top?
There are different parts of the discussion.
One fact could be that we're a European band, and
Yeah.
it's not very common for a European rock or metal band to go to the mainstream in the States. So we're one of the few examples actually of bands that actually do something here, like touring and with professional things. So it's more tough to be a European band and reach the mainstream, I think. And it takes also some time and work. I mean, we're trying to get as far as we can, of course.
You also need a very, very big budget, because of course you have to try to push the band in any direction. You have to try to do promotion, and it costs. So,
Yeah. Do you think having a smaller label like Century Media has halted that in any way?
it's not only that, because sometimes you can be under a major and you can have a huge budget, but it's not just spent in the right way. So you know, you can take the risk that maybe you can be well supported in the beginning, but then everything blew up and people think you're sold out.
Okay, a lot of people like to compare you guys to Evanescence, unfortunately. Why do you think that is?
I think that is just ignorance, just for the fact that if you want to compare something like the fact that both bands have a female in the lineup, and both bands are touching some like melodic atmospheres, beside that is pure ignorance, because a lot of people think that they created something that wasn't existing before. But being an European band, we absolutely know that there are tons of bands with a female in the band that are doing, you know, rock, goth, metal. You know, it's something absolutely common and nothing special. No offense for Evanescence, of course, but just to say
Amy
that
Lee's
they're not the only.
So there's no offense anyway.
You know, just to say that there is not something unique. I mean, they are the most successful band, so it makes sense that we are compared to them, even if we're existing.
I remember when they came out, it was Linkin Park with the girl singer. That was the big thing.
The first single.
Actually, a lot of people was thinking about us. We got a lot of calls from friends like, "Oh, did you guys release a new single? We listened to it," and it was like, "No."
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you could honestly, by listening to at least 4 songs from each CD, you could tell there's a major difference between the bands.
Absolutely, I think we're definitely more metal. Even during the live shows, you can totally see that underground roots that are really heavy in us, because I mean, we've been working on our success step by step. It's not that something happened in a second. So we have enough experience to know how do I have a lot of energy on stage, and this is something that you can really learn.
Okay, so how
in one day
exactly did Lacuna Coil come to be?
I have to try to squeeze 10 years in a few minutes, so that's really difficult.
Yeah, basically we started just as friends. Like, we never had the dream or the goal to become like rock star or a very big band. It just happened that we were dedicating more time to music than to other things we were doing before. Like, me and Marco, we used to do skateboarding together. So in the time when we were not skating, we were doing the band just for fun. Then we started to get more into the music and less into the skateboarding because of the age, because of the injuries, because of the girlfriends and stuff. So we just focused more on the band. And then we met the other people in the band. Then we tried with Christina doing some, in the beginning, just some background vocals to do something new. That back in 95, 96, when it was something very different to have a female girl voice that does some chorus stuff, like some background stuff. So we get more and more into that, and we just started working. Then we did a demo tape, and we had the chance to sign a deal, and we start touring. But everything happened very spontaneously. I mean, we never try to make it as a goal of our life. It just happened that we had the chances, so we took the chances and they worked. So.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize how long you guys been together as a band. They're just like, oh, Lacuna Coil. Yeah, I just heard of them recently, and Coma Lilies was kind of the first impact they got.
Yeah, because in America, the first two albums has been mostly import CDs.
Yeah.
So we were quite known in Europe and touring and doing underground stuff in Europe, while here we were just an import band selling few thousand copies, like just as every import band. So we really started to be promoted with radio videos and distribution in the main stores, like chains, with Coma Live. So it's basically this is the second album that we're really promoting in the States.
Okay, the first time I really, I guess, heard about you guys was on the POD tour. When it was POD, Blindside, I believe it was.
Yeah, Hazen Street as well.
Okay, that was the same year you guys played Ozfest. Who approached you guys about Ozfest? Was it you going to them, or was it them coming to you?
Was them coming to us, and it's a question of management talking with promoters. It's not really the band that goes there. I mean, not right now.
Okay.
Now,
I mean, everybody probably tried to talk with them and to be on Ozfest, of course, but I think it's something that they see how many records are you selling, how much the hype is around the band at that moment, and they decide if they want to take you or they want to just take another band. I mean, it's so totally up to them, and they have a lot of offer. I mean, they really pick up the bands that they think they're gonna do something in the future, I think.
Yeah.
And then we played in Ozfest in 2004. We were playing on the second stage, and at the end of the tour, there was the FYE tent was selling CDs every day. At the end of the tour, we were the second best-selling band out of the whole package of bands, including the first stage. So of course, this is something that the promoters are, watching, and of course they are interested in a band that can sell.
This year also we played on main stage.
Yeah.
And we also were like the second best-selling after Disturbed on CDs.
So how different was it going from side stage to main stage?
Well, the stage conditions, of course, are much better because the equipment is better. You have a specific slot every day. Every day you're playing at the same time.
Yeah.
And I remember playing on the second stage. There were some days that we had to play at 9:30 in the morning, and maybe the day before we're playing other off shows.
Yeah.
and we're going to bed like 5 in the morning, and we had to wake up like a few hours after. So. The catering was a little bit better.
Yeah, it's better condition, but I think second stage is more fun. It's more rock and roll. Like the people is the young guys that they have the budget for that stage and they want to have fun. They go crazy. They stand up, and the main stage is everybody's sitting down. You have
it's pretty
just
frustrating because of course,
so
seeing that from the crowd point of view, of course you want to sit down and be comfortable. But from the artist point of view, you give your best when you see that the people is going nuts. And that happens on the second stage where people can crowd surf and mosh and
probably like
really
most
get excited.
of our fans this year they were on the lawn, so very far away because they couldn't afford the big expensive ticket for the chairs or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's probably the feeling if we had all the fans in the front of it would have been a much stronger show, I think, in general. But it's just how it is, You're there, you have to. And that's what everybody says. Like they rather play the second stage than the main stage because it's more fun. But on the other hand, for the status of the band, for the name of the band, main stage is more prestigious. Like you have features on magazine and TV just because you play the main stage. So it's it's a double.
Yeah, was it ever like walking on eggshells? But when you're with these other bands on main stage, as compared to the second stage, where it's all, I guess, laid back, so to speak, party, whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's different because the second stage is probably more like a summer camp. Like everybody got his own little tent, canopy, like the cooler, the barbecue going on every day. Main stage, you got the catering there, so you don't need to barbecue, you don't need to put a tent out.
Were there ever any problems with the other main stage bands or anything?
No,
not
very
at all.
cool.
We actually got along very good with everybody. From Dragon Force to Disturbed System of a Down.
A.D.D we already know them
friends
from
already.
the previous time, so it was a very cool time. But it's different. It's less people hanging around, so it's different timings. Everybody wake up later because you play later. So it's a little different.
Okay, moving on to the new CD, Karma Code. What was the songwriting process, and was it different from Coma Lilies and your previous CD?
I would say that the way we wrote the song, it was pretty similar to Coma Lilies in the way that we're always starting from an idea of a riff or a melody, and we build the song around the music. We'd make the music